What's up, boys? It's Bumpkin, and welcome back to another one of my videos. Yo, what's good? We back at it again. They absolutely body slammed my Beyond Stray video, so that joint is gone, never to be seen again. I don't know if it's a good idea to really do any more Beyond Scared Straight. It seems like they're cracking down on that a lot. With that being said, this isn't what I wanted to talk about. Who really cares about Beyond Scared Straight? Let's talk about Cyrus, because, you know, fuck it. That was my bro for the longest, right? I met him around the end of 2018, and since then, me and him had been just kind of like doing this together. YouTube, commentary, whatever you may call it. Just shooting the shit, making content, and being kids. I don't know, this was around when I was, what, like 14, 15? And honestly, those years, for the most part, were great, you know? There was a lot of good memories. There was a lot of good times, a lot of fun to be had in those, like, what, 5, 6 years? You know, nobody was expecting, especially back then, bro would turn out to be this extortionist of 40 plus women, some being minors. Like, bro, that's crazy. That's the last thing I expected from him. But yeah, I thought I'd just decide to come on here and talk about it with you all. Just, you know, the lore behind everything going on in case you were for some reason confused. I'm not really going to touch on the nitty gritty of it, but like, moral of the story is, so it was like the 24th of January, right? When the whole thing became apparent to me. I got a DM from somebody that's also close to him, or was really close to him, saying that they needed to call and it was important. So, you know, I called. At the time, I'm still friends with him, so I'm like, who knows what happened? I gotta see if everything's all right. So I make this call, and it's basically just all this information and all these screenshots, all this shit about how he got caught up. And I'm like, huh, this is unbelievable. Like, this almost doesn't feel real. And I mean, you can't deny it's real when all the evidence is right in front of you. Videos, audios with his voice in them. I'm sure you guys have seen one if you already know about it. If you don't, I'll probably throw somewhere you can look at all the evidence at. If I didn't, then whatever. It's not that big a deal anyway. Bro's career is over. Honestly, he's too afraid to even admit what he actually did. He just kind of like told everybody on his channel that he quote unquote hurt a lot of women. And yeah, that makes you sound really edgy and commentary-esque, but let's be honest, you in desperation got 40 women to fall for you and convinced 40 women that you were in love with them. A fair amount being minors. Honestly, just one is enough to make you a fucking weirdo in my opinion, but like, it was a fair number from what I've heard. And it's not even like you did this, you talked to them for a few months and then you just threw them away. That would be bad, right? But you convinced these people for years at a time sometimes that you were in love with them consistently. Like, honestly, there's so much information and there's so many people that have come out with stories. Apparently some of them are fake. Honestly, you can never really tell with things like this, so I've just been kind of reading and keeping it to myself. I haven't wanted to post about it anywhere, to be honest, but I thought I'd talk about it now, because why not? You know, we're in the groove of things. I've been, you know, recording videos the past week. I might as well give it a go, right? But it's weird, you know? It's weird talking about somebody like that, somebody that you've known for this long. It's weird having to talk about how disgusting this kind of behavior is, and how you should never be like them, especially after you've been defending them for the past, like, 5, 6 years, you know what I mean? Things like this really make you want to think, because it's like, all right, if I've known you and I've been around you as this whole process was happening, which makes me feel so uncomfortable, but it's whatever, who cares? If this whole thing was happening behind my back without me knowing, then at some point I should have noticed when things were like off, right? So it was around May, I think he said, May of 2021, that he started speaking to one of them consistently, or consistently-ish, whatever. And from what I remember, it was like on a video. It was a really long recording of him telling the truth, admitting it to somebody. He basically made it seem like the whole thing was a huge mistake, and he just like wasn't in the right mind and happened to start talking to like a 12-year-old in 2021. He was 17 at the time, turning 18 that year. Like, he was turning 18 in like July. He wasn't 17 for long when they met. And that went on and off for years until recently. Like I said, what, January 24th is when things really started coming through and things were starting to get posted, and he just kind of disappeared off the internet. Did it in the most bitch way possible, by the way. Call it an apology, what he sent in this group chat that him and other friends were in, but it was honestly the most half-assed thing I've ever seen. Like, not exactly a sorry, just more like, yo guys, I have to leave now because I fucked up. It's been fun. And it's like, all right, cool, but what did you do? You should at the very least admit that so you don't look like a pussy before you sign off. I don't know, maybe that's just me. You look kind of pussy regardless trying to go for minors, but I guess, you know, that's also a personal thing since he seems to have no problem with it. He's literally in age play. There's a picture going around everywhere where he has a pacifier in his mouth. Will that go on screen? I don't know. But if it does, I'm sorry. I honestly apologize you had to see that. Do I put that on screen? Does that go on screen? Jesus, fuck it. If it does, it does. I'll leave that to editing. But I mean, here's the message he sent, you know. It says, I'm fucked, y'all. Thanks for being my friend for real, man. I really appreciate y'all niggas. I'm finna be gone for a long ass time. Thanks for all the laughs and shit on, bro. I'ma miss y'all. With love. 67 / whatever other gay internet names I be using. Those other quote-unquote gay internet names he be using would probably be the one he's most known for, Cyrus. I guess everybody in the GC was calling him by his surname, his rapper name, because he rapped as well, in case you were unaware, Star 67. I don't know how easy it is to find his music now, because he just changes it to cringy shit that kind of hints that he's still on the internet, but isn't on the internet. I mean, honestly, at this point, I'm just putting it all on blast, everything that I know at the very least. Like, you can't look at this message and think, oh yeah, he just did something that got him in a lot of trouble. I look at this message and I think, man, I hope he's okay. I hope nothing bad happened. You know, it had me genuinely concerned for a minute. But at the same time, I also didn't react that much when I saw it because there was a message like this at least 4 to 5 times a goddamn year. I'm honestly under-exaggerating it. According to some of the women that he was actually speaking to, anytime a minor convenience with them would happen, bro would just start folding on the internet immediately, acting like it was the end of the world. That's not embarrassing at all, but like, it's so funny seeing how much of a hold women had on him in his life, as much as he would talk about how much he didn't really care about like trying to get women's attention and all of this, and how he had a quote-unquote girlfriend, so like women shouldn't interact with him, you know what I mean? And it's like, sure, when you actually have someone that you're committed to and you're dating, yeah, I mean, that's a good move, that's a great move, you're actually being loyal. But like, I don't know if I'm in the wrong here. 40 plus women sounds a lot less than loyal in my opinion. I mean, they weren't all at the same time, I guess, unless you count just longevity in general over the past. I'd say these messages are since maybe, oh god, it's had to be since like 2020, 2021, around when he was starting to get to his big age. And it's so funny because 2020, I don't know, he seemed fine. No, I saw him end of the year in 2020. I saw him in October, like face to face. It didn't seem like he wanted to ruin his entire life over some stupid shit, you know what I mean? Crash out for a 12-year-old, you know what I mean? Extort 40 women when he could really just find one, you know what I mean? It's really not hard to tell someone that you are not interested in them, or to tell someone that you have lost feeling for them emotionally, sexually, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's so easy to be like, I don't feel that anymore. Yeah, they're gonna cry and they might not like you, but holy, it's a lot better than losing everything you had, including anyone that ever talked to you. Like, honestly, I don't know who he speaks to anymore, but if they still speak to him, man, good luck to you. Quit dick sucking. That man is weird as fuck. And I mean, sure, maybe he deserves a second chance at life. Children should be nowhere near that second chance, but maybe he deserves a second chance. I just really don't know why it's so early. I mean, this didn't happen more than 2 months ago. Like, did we just all forget suddenly and now everyone's trying to redeem, bro? Like, I don't care personally. I've seen people in comments that just don't believe it somehow. I don't know. I mean, when evidence is literally being thrown in your face, denying it just makes you look like an idiot. But you know, it's hard to convince people unless the person themselves admits their wrongdoing. Some something he was very bad at doing in the video that I mentioned earlier. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it was just along the lines of I hurt a lot of women, and like I think he told people not to do what he did. God, I think there was another video before the one I'm talking about where he just lied completely. That's what I'd heard. Somewhere he had lied and said that he was focusing on school or something. I doubt he's even in school right now. Like, even after the whole situation, he probably still hasn't gone. Life, at the end of the day, it's not like everyone's telling him that he has to go to school. It's just like, why lie about it? To be honest, why lie about anything at this point? You already got caught, right? How many women? Over 40? Some of them were kids. What? You're gonna be 20 this year. You were a kid YouTuber. You have all the opportunities you want to make the money you need in order to live, something not a lot of people have. Man, your life must have just been so goddamn miserable. But look, regardless of that, the thing that I'm really here to talk about, like the most serious thing that I'm here to address, honestly, is that he still has my skateboard at his goddamn house. If you see this, I want my board. Either I'm coming to get it or you're giving it to me, but I want my board regardless. And with that being said, hey, that's all she wrote, right? If bro makes a magical comeback, we can just review this little video. I mean, it wasn't the most like organized. If you want to see one that's more in depth and kind of chronological, I think, ish, you know what I mean, you can go watch Optimus. He made a video on it as well. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Also be sure to comment down below so I can go hard it. While you're at it, go follow my Instagram and my Twitter. And you guys have a wonderful day. Peace.